guys? Today I'm going to be filming a little video of how to do a airplane 1.5 swap, triple A flip, 1.5 toss back in. So there's a lot of steps that kind of go over this before I'm just going to land the damn trick. Boom. Got the trick. Okay, so the biggest thing that I want to focus on, or just kind of like the first most important thing, is this trick's going to take time. It was really hard. It took me probably 15 to 20 hours of repetition to get this trick. And by this time, I was decently experienced, but I was a lot worse than I am today. This trick took me probably around 10 to 15 tries compared to like, 1,000, 2,000 tries. So it's a very big waiting game for this trick, but I think it's a really good basis to start your AAA flips. Because what I mean by that is when you go from airplane to that 1.5 swap to late, it forces you to catch the Ken and throw the Ken instead of like where you just kind of like instantaneously grab the Ken and throw it. You catch it, hold it, and then push your thumb through it. So here you want to swap, catch it, and then throw it. Catch and throw. Those are two separate movements. Instead of, you don't want it to be too fluid. It wants to be very structured and like systematic. Because if I'm here and then up there, I'm gonna have so much chaos like in that game compared to here and then boom and then really like articulating that hand hold and throwing that can. So that's the first, or that's the second thing. The third thing is your initial 10 speed out of the 1.5 toss. So from here, you want a medium to fast pace speed, okay? You don't want it slow because that'll mess up your timing with your tama, but you don't want it too fast because you'll miss the Ken, like clean catch and toss. So you kind of want it in that little like sweet spot area. So from here, think about it as almost like a double joystick. So like right there, okay? So, or maybe even triple if you are gonna use a lot. You don't want to go like, you don't want to flick it, okay? For your first, like when you get really good, then you can flick pretty hard. But for your first couple attempts and your first time trying this trick, you want the same tempo as like a double joystick, okay? So you get that 1.5, okay? Think of it as you're pushing off from the ground. So when you're in an airplane, okay, you're gonna want to bend your knees, okay, and then go up with the cat. So bend up, and that'll give you so much energy upwards to toss that cat. Because if you keep your legs straight, it's a little bit harder to get that triple eight toss. So when you're here, you want to bend your knees and go upwards, and you want to time it within your correlation to the Ken spin. So here and then like that, okay. So here. Bend down and then come up with the Ken. It'll give you way better timing compared to like kind of having a stagnant move. You want to be very up and down with this trick, okay? When you see Nick hit his late 10, which is definitely a different trick compared to late 3, but his knees were like down here and then he's tossing the Ken as high as he can upwards. Okay? And you're not necessarily trying to toss it as high as you can, but you want to give it enough flick to where you can cleanly toss and catch that triple eight. So here, up, there. That was a little rushed, if you can see kind of like the moment I caught the Ken, I flicked it. So you want to kind of space the time out as much as possible. So here, and then, and I think a big thing that I like to think about is when you catch that Ken, the longer the tom is in the air, the faster you have to flick the Ken, but that's not necessarily a bad thing at all. I think the better grip I get on that Ken, the faster I can flick that triple eight. Okay, so to see like if I'm going to catch it and then do a triple, it's a lot less clean compared to just catching it and just flicking the absolute shit out of that Ken. But these are all triples, and I have a really good grip on that. So that's another big thing to keep in mind. As well as when you're tossing, I like to do it just right beside the Ken. So from here, I mean, what you're gonna see up here, I like it just kind of like right beside. Okay, so when I look straight at you, it's not to the right, or it's not from right to left. It's not from left to right, left to right, left to right, or it's not in front of me. Okay, it's right beside me. So here, to the left, up. Okay, so to the left, and then keeping that like two sections of Ken and Tama. Okay, that's a huge thing part with the strip. Another big thing. So here, and then kind of like when you are getting that 1.5 swap and that triple eight a little more consistent. So here, like that. You want to think about Ken flipping upwards. You don't want to Ken flip out. Out will bring your whole body and the kendama that way, which will make you go off balance and it'll be harder to land. You want to keep it all straight and up, straight and up, straight up, just like that. Okay. So after you kind of get that pretty consistent, I really recommend your first couple attempts when you get that nice triple eight. You want to just focus on grabbing it, just grabbing that can. And you don't want, because the moment you grab it, you're going to think, oh, I need to toss it back into that 1.5. But you don't necessarily have to do that, because when you catch it right here, and the tama is like right here, and you go to toss it, you're going to have a really shitty handhold on that tama, and the toss is going to be all wonky. It'll probably like, tray flip or something, and you won't get a good toss back in. And the reason why I want to structure this tutorial in the way that I am right now is to make you more consistent compared to just landing your first try and calling it quits, because I've done it with a lot of tricks and it bites me in the ass 2 years later when I should have been working on it and getting more consistent compared to just hitting it once and then just never doing it again. So when you're here, 5, triple eight, you want to have a pretty high tama toss for this triple eight, especially when you're kind of first starting out. And then once you catch that Ken, you gotta wait for that tama to go down before you can kind of toss back. And that toss back is going to be a juggle. You're going to treat it like a juggle. It's not going to be a big like 1.5 and then like a big scoop out. It's going to be very tight and very just here. If you go to watch any of the Gallaghers do this 1.5 swap and then toss back in, you see that they wait on that Ken to really, or that the tama to come down to the moment where they can toss back in a manner of, I guess, cleanliness. That's a weird word to say, but yeah. So here, and then triple eight. Once you catch that triple eight, wait, and then toss back. See how it's a very clean toss back? It's because I waited for that tama to come down. Same how when you are first starting juggles, and you want to wait for that tama to come down a little bit before you start juggling. So you kind of like push here, and then you wait, and then you pull like this. Okay. That's the same exact thing. So treat it like your first couple juggles you've ever landed. So here, triple eight, and then toss it right back. That was a really shitty toss, actually. I managed to land that. I don't even know how, but just kind of catch it, and then wait for that tama to come down, and then toss it. It's a very awkward feeling at first because your instant reaction is just to toss it quick and then bang. But yeah. I think those like 5 or 6 tips that have helped me across the years, but I would actually recommend that you start doing your triple eights like this instead of learning them out of juggles, because this right here to here is going to force you to learn that timing compared to just like bam bam. When I first started playing and I was obsessed with triple eight flips, I would catch the Ken and throw it instantly. And sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't work, but it built a very shitty foundation for my juggle game. So I had to relearn, especially this last year, I relearned how to do triple eights, and I've gotten way more consistent, as you can probably see in this video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Means a lot. Drew, if you're watching this one's for you. Fucking love you, dude. Yeah, all right. One more trick. Let's go. Okay, so whatever. All right. Trip J for Chad Covington.